Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Jenn, and today we're talking about Pisces seasons. I'm going to go through all 12 signs and we're going to look in what's going on with Pisces season. So a little bit about it. So I'm going to keep moving. I want to welcome everyone to the show. I'm hoping that everyone in live chat, you guys, welcome. It's good to see you guys there, but there's so much to cover and I want to make sure I have time for all 12 signs because this is a significant time. This is our last season. Pisces is the end in astrology. That's the last of a cycle, where on the calendar it's December. In astrology, it's the Pisces. And after that, we start a brand new cycle. So this one is good to look at. All of them are, but we're going to look at how it affects, or the influence and how it would work. And we're going to work with angel insights on how it would be for you in particular. So if you're new to the show, I want to welcome everyone. We talk about metaphysical topics. We always work with angels on no matter what we're doing. And we look at the angel insights on the astrology forecast here. So if you do know it, and whatever you do know or don't know, if you know your sun, most people know their sun sign, that's the month you're born, your moon sign, your rising sign. If you know all three, pay attention to what we're talking about with the forecast for all three. If you only know two, if you only know one, listen to that, of course. And if you need to go back and retrace your steps, we always have this on archive. All right, so first of all, there's some self-reflection questions that I want you to think about while we're going through this. Do I need to explore something different in thoughts, beliefs, activities, whatever it might be? Do I need to learn something new? These are questions to ask yourself. Do I need to try something different? Whether that's thought, belief, anything like that. Pisces is about wrapping up loose ends so you can prepare and make space for something brand new. So it's a natural urge or energy that comes around where we feel that. I mean, it's funny because you see things when you're not even talking about astrology, and you see where, oh, it's spring cleaning time. Let's clear it out. Let's get ready for a whole new, because the renewal and the fresh in the beginning is really in that Aries March time frame. So this season hits February 16th today. Pisces season begins on the 18th and will go till March 20. So we have this next section here that's Pisces. So think about that while we're talking about this. In astrology, the symbol for Pisces is the two fish swimming in opposite directions. And it represents, if you look at the yin and the yang, the black and the white, the positive, the negative, the light versus dark, these are both parts of this experience that we have. All of it is part of it. And it's interesting because this is about perspectives too. Like, is there a different viewpoint here that I'm missing? Because they're going in opposite directions. They're showing there's two different angles. There's two sides to this. And there's so many different perspectives out there, actually more than two. But I like that analogy for this as well. So I wrote an affirmation for today's show. I like this one too. This one is, I improve my life every day in every way. I have it written out in the show descriptions if you want to grab it. Let me start over. I improve my life every day in every way. I am grateful for all I have learned. My confidence builds stronger to make choices for my future. So I just really like, that's a great way to begin and work through Pisces season. Pisces season is an interesting one. So we said we begin on February 18, and then it'll go all the way to the equinox on March 20. So that's the start of the brand new astrological year, so to speak. And I said that it was represented by two fish. They're swimming in opposite directions. So that's that light and dark, and it's really part of the whole. So both aspects are part of the whole. And it reminds us of that. Like, for example, if you looked at perspectives, my viewpoint is just part of the whole. Your viewpoint, or someone else, or another belief, or whatever, is another part of the whole. And it made me stop and go, yeah, that's true. That makes so much sense. So this being the last sign of the zodiac, it's just natural for it to be a sign of closure and, just making room for something brand new. You might feel that you're looking over the last 12 months and you're just looking at what needs wrapping up, what needs to come to a closure, what needs to end so I can start a brand new chapter. And it could just be that, okay, I've accomplished this, but I need to roll this into the new, or I need to improve on that. It can come from a lot of different directions depending on what you have going on, but it's about creating space for something new. This in particular, this Pisces season is a pivotal shift too. It's moving Saturn from Aquarius into Pisces. That will stay there till February of 2026. So that's a shift too. Saturn from Aquarius to Pisces is very different than what we've been experiencing. So that indicates Saturn in this, that's about karmic lessons. That's about collective and personal levels. That's about what we're learning. The teacher, the teacher teaching us. And honestly, if we took that approach with everything that could challenge us or something brand new, because if we're looking to learn something new, we're learning. That's another being a student, right? If we are going through a challenge and we've had to learn some lessons from it, okay? Another way to learn. So there's lots of different ways to learn. And not all of it is like, oh no, I've got to learn through a challenge. What if you took this energy that we're talking about, and this is what the angels told me this morning, and I loved it before we came on the air. What if you took this energy about wrapping it up and those self-reflection questions like, do I need to learn something new? Do I need to look at a different perspective? Do I need to try something new? Do I just need... It's like going into, like, being excited to learn something. Because I personally, I don't know about you, but I always feel like I'm alive, like just excited about life again when I'm learning something new. So I love to learn new things. But it was reminding me of this, and I'm like, yeah, there could be something we're missing here that, just don't assume it's always going to stay the same, because that's absolutely not the case. Nothing stays the same, right? So Saturn being here for a few years, we're looking on a global level. It's going to bring up, we might see some interesting thing on the global collective perspective on religion, spirituality. We might see a lot of big changes in that. We might see creative industries exploding into different directions. Because Pisces is about spirituality and taking it there. It's also that creative side. Pisces is about intuition and really connecting with that spiritual soul side of us. And I love it because it's a very spiritual sign, really. All of them are, but this one, it brings us to that. Like, just like, hey, can we connect in a deeper level? Can we become more connected with our angels and our guides? Can we listen to our soul? And can we follow that path that's true to us? Things like that. It can be sensitive too, so just know that. So, like I said, we're going to go into the 12 signs now. That's kind of an overview of Pisces. Now I want to start so I can get through all the signs. And I know. And remember, if you know your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, listen to all three, or listen to just the ones you do know. We have it on archive. You can always go figure it out and find out which ones, if you want to know what all of them are. I just find that you get a little bit more of a picture of how you can work with this energy. The other thing I want to remind everybody about is nothing's set in stone. we have energies come in that we have opportunity to tap into. And I love astrology is a great, forecast of, hey, this is a really good energy to, if you really want to change something in your life or start something new. But nothing is against your free will. You don't have to do any of it. You don't have to do any of it. This is here to help you. If you want to be a proactive co-creator, this is a great opportunity to do it. We're really in a creative time. We're moving into that. Saturn being into Pisces for a few years is interesting because, wow, that's a very creative sign. So I think we're going to see all kinds of interesting stuff here coming up in this year and the next couple of years. So let's start. Here we go. We're going to start with the beginning of the year. Aries. Aries, we talked about it last time we were on the air. Jupiter is in your sign. So Jupiter is this planet of expansion, abundance, prosperity, luck. That was how the ancient astrologers saw this sign. So if you've been busy and things are going on in your corner, keep going. If it has not, don't worry. There's still plenty of time to work with this energy here. So not to worry about that. So it's Jupiter being in your corner so strong. There's just a lot of expansion and opportunity, abundance for you, things to just urge you to take action and go beyond your comfort zone. Remember, Jupiter's about that. Expansion is going way past out of the box and just really trying different things. So you might be feeling that energy a little bit more. I find that very, very interesting. So this one, it can expand opportunity, abundance, things that might need your attention. You don't want to feel overwhelmed by this. But if you feel like, well, I haven't had any of that yet, don't worry. You can tap into this. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. See, it's not like this is going to control you. Sometimes people hear all these and they go, oh no, that's it, that's what's going to happen. And it doesn't happen to you. We choose and make decisions every day. So you can work with this. That's the power. That's where your empowerment is, because you have choices. And that's everybody. That's everybody. Pisces new moon is on February 19. That's an introspective one for the Aries. And let's see, the full moon is on March 7. That is in the sign of Virgo, so that might bring up some things that you need to work with that might feel out of the comfort zone. But it's just whatever comes up. This is a great energy. Jupiter being in your corner like that is great energy to work with this, okay? Now, the last time you got Saturn here too. Saturn, like I said, is that teacher and can be stern at times. And so it will remind us. It will remind us all. So you also want to look at the progress you're making and don't be so hard on yourself. But this is a potential to really strengthen your spiritual connection and find that deeper intuitive wisdom that you're trusting from within you and know it's there. The last time Saturn was in Pisces was back in 1994 to 96. That was a while ago. That was a really long time ago. And so if you're looking to recall what might have been, I don't know, can you recall what was happening in your life then? It may tie in. It might have a connection somehow. So, and it doesn't mean you'll repeat it. It means you may upgrade it. You might find that you reflect back and you're going to do it better. Things like that. So it's a good busy time for an Aries. Taurus. Now, this is a good time for the Taurus out there to really focus on what is truly important to you. We've talked about that for all signs, but it's coming up a little bit more heightened for the Taurus. There's been probably, more than likely, a lot of changes in the last few years for you. And you feel like you're still in this midst of something else. That's because Uranus has been active for the Taurus for quite a while, and it's a very slow-moving planet, and it's still going to be going on till 26. So that's why you would be feeling this movement and this shift and this energy like that. But this is about really bringing you back to what is important to you. What is going on here? And it really helps you, it just keeps bringing you back to that. You might feel like, okay, I figured it out, you're going to go, and then you come back and it's like reminding you what's really important to you again. So you might be feeling that. You'll know exactly what to do when you need to do it, and you need not stress about that one bit. It might be this opportunity for you to really slow down and listen. Listen to the calling, listen to the passions of your heart. You might feel a little more sensitive about things with this, but it also will it'll bring you back around about how your friendships, your communities, just how you interact with the world may be coming up for you. So, Saturn being in Pisces for another 2.5 years, this is a good time to work out that energy to what really is important to you. That is really the goal here. There's a healing energy that is an opportunity here from February 22 to 24 that can feel a little bit stronger, like just really tapping in and releasing what needs to move. The Virgo full moon on March 7 is going to shine a little bit more of a spotlight on relationships for you, and just maybe reminding you about, where's your social connection here? How do you interact with the world? And does it need to change? Do you feel like you're missing something? Well, what's important to you on that aspect? It might be a good time for you to look at that. Gemini, this is this you might have been feeling a strong influence from the planet Mars for the last few months, because it's been in your corner of the zodiac for a while. Mars doesn't leave until March 26th, and on the 17th it finally is moving out of that retrograde. So you might have been feeling that wave of what was going on with Mars, but then there's going to be this fresh energy entering your life. So when it gets out of retrograde and starts moving forward, you're going to start to feel that. You might start to feel like, oh, finally I'm more motivated. I feel like taking action. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to follow through with what I want to create. So yeah, your go time is coming up here. You might find that, while it's been touring through your sign, you've been finding that you're balancing, that take action side of you, also called the masculine energy side that we all have. We have that side, and we have our nurturing feminine side where the creativity comes in. But our take action side is that masculine side. So you might be feeling a little bit better about taking action in some things. So this has been a good awareness awakening for the Gemini, so to speak, in that, and just really getting a clear signal on where they want to go with that. So the new moon on the 19th is going to shine more of a spotlight on your career, or what you want to do that way. It's also a great new moon to focus your intention on what you want to manifest in your career goals. So it's a little bit more career oriented on that new moon for a Gemini. If you're retired, you can also put that into feelings of purpose. Say you do, if you're retired, no need to worry about that. What do you really want to do? I mean, when we retire, I hear it all the time and I see it all the time. You're actually busier than when you were working, but you're doing all the things you want to do. You might still be working, but you're doing what you want to do. So things like that. You might also find this deep energy with the full moon. The chances are you're going to have something unfold and become aware to you that comes from deep within you. And I really think that's pretty cool. It's going to be a very supportive force for taking all these ideas you've been building and turn them into a creative idea, or turn them into something tangible, or do something with it. I was like, ooh, that's cool. I like that. So Cancer, that was Gemini. Okay, we're on Cancer now. So the Cancer sign. Now, shortly after that Sun moves into Pisces, that is the new moon. We have the Pisces new moon on the 19th of February. That one's going to bring inspiration to learn something new for you, or maybe travel, or return to school, or take a course, something you've always wanted to learn. You're going to have a lot of support in that area, like learning. Anything you do to open or expand your mind or awareness will be favored. under that. So that's where you may feel that. And if this new moon falls into Pisces and Saturn is moving into Pisces on March 8th, the new moon may provide some clues as to what's to come in the next 2.5 years. This may give you a little bit of a glimpse as to where your direction is going or where you want to take it. This is a journey of learning and growth for you. I always love those journeys, actually. So I'm happy for you. Yeah, so Saturn in Pisces will make things, it's like the wisdom within you wakes up. And you're going to find this nurturing, earthy energy. You're going to feel that it's grounding. You're going to feel safe to express yourself. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good energy I'm seeing for that. You might also find that you want to speak up under the full moon that comes in later. You might want to let go of perfection and just be true to you. You're going to find that under the full moon. There's healing energies coming in. For everybody, February 22 to 24, there's a little bit more of a surge of energy for healing and just pushing through some boundaries that may have held you back. February 22 to 24, there's an energy there. It's also a good time for you to go within and just really tap into your intuitive wisdom. Really connect with it and recognize it. Discover it, find it, ground into it, and just really embrace it. So way to go. These are leveling up things I'm seeing here for everyone in some way or another. And sometimes when we do these reads each month, they all seem to be the same. Not so much this time. It seems to be going into different angles for everyone. So I hear the lawn people, so you might hear that buzz out there a little bit. They'll be done in a minute. Leo, the Pisces new moon on February 19, that has some very deep and introspective energy for you as well. You might find that you need to go within and reflect on how you really feel about something that's going on in your life, whatever it might be. You might feel that. You might find that you're confronting things that are difficult that you didn't want to. Maybe some truths that you just really were hoping weren't true. Things like that. But these are, once that initial awareness, like, okay, yeah, that is what it is, you're going to really heal and find yourself going to be you'll be in such a better position to move forward. So we all go through this at different points, but you might find that something that is just coming to your awareness, like, oh wow, okay, yeah, all right, and then you're going to be able to move through it once you kind of feel that a little bit. And you may not, maybe you've already worked through it, but that's just what I'm seeing coming up for the Leo. Whatever manifests under the new moon that comes up, this is a spiritual connection that will be important to help you beyond earthly truth and just really connecting on a higher level, a higher truth, a spiritual awareness. This is a very awareness awakening for Leo, I'm seeing. There's always more comfort when you become aware from a bigger perspective, the bigger picture, looking down, so to speak, like see things from the bigger picture. You realize, oh, okay, it's easier to understand why certain things are going on and things are shifting. We're all in that big shift, remember, so it's just no joke from one day to the next what we might see out there. As Saturn is moving into Pisces on March 8th, that new moon, it gives you a little bit of feeling of what might be coming up for you. So don't worry about it. Saturn in Pisces is not going to feel as heavy at this time. You're going to find that it's just going to connect you with that deeper part of you, that higher truth that comes from that spiritual connection. So there's much more about that for you. It's going to help you see things about yourself that maybe you just never realized before. You're going to see this self-discovery journey open up, and you're going to just learn who you are at a deeper level. So that sounds pretty curious to me. I find that interesting. Saturn being in that 2.5 years in Pisces, that's slow for you, but you're going to find that that full moon on March 7 in Virgo, that brings great opportunities for you. It's pointing a little bit more to your finances, like opportunities. So Just pay attention, be aware, stay grounded, and let that inner depth of your intuition, that connection for your higher truth, really show you what's going on. So there could be some opportunities there with finance for you, whether it's somebody owes you money or a project you're going to start or whatever. It could be it's just an abundant energy that's going to give opportunity for a movement in that area. This is pretty cool because when universe draws into your life, your vibration lifts, you're getting excited, you're starting to really see this abundant energy. It's not just about finance for everybody. It's not just about it for you either, but that's kind of highlighting that area. But your vibration lifts when you get excited. When abundant energy is around, you can lift high. Remember, if you're staying focused with what's true to you, the other parts follow and support it. And it's really hard to get around that because sometimes we're just doing things for the money only, and we all have to pay our bills, and I get that, but then at the same time we just always feel like something's missing. This is teaching us on those deeper levels how to do what we came here to do, and the rest falls into place and we're supported. Trusting that's always the challenge, and it's different for everyone. So there's a lot of strong healing energy flowing in for you the February 22nd to the 24th. So take time to soak into that and just receive it. It's like you'll know if you ask your angels, and that's what I just got from them. Michael said, stop on that day, put a little reminder in your calendar or something and say, hey, angels, help me remember to just stop and appreciate the energies that are flowing in. And you'll get exactly what you need. And everybody might get something different. And you don't have to worry about how it comes in. You just need to be open to receiving it. That's a great time to seek truth for you. Virgo, Pisces sits opposite of you on the wheel in the zodiac, so this is a significant one for you because it's opposite. We all have an opposite on the wheel. Pisces new moon, it will kick off things that will amplify your relationships. It's a significant relationship may come into your life. You may find you need to change some way. Maybe you need to change your approach in a certain relationship. It's going to be a little bit about your relationships there. If you're in one, it would be about improving one, or maybe there's something I'm missing, I haven't been seeing. It's an awareness time for that. If you've been looking for that someone, it could come in. It's aligning into that favor for you. Relationships can be tricky, and they fuel a lot of growth, actually, if you think about it. They can challenge us. They can just yank us all over the place. It can be unexpected. It can be up. It can be down. But all of that helps us grow. So you're looking to focus on what's really going on in your relationships, whether you're in one or not one, or what you want out of a relationship. So think of it that way. So if you're already in one, what can you do to improve things? It's likely to get an overhaul if you're in one. And if you're not, you're looking at, what is it that I want? I want an authentic, real, what is it that you want? Not, what I mean? What type of relationship? Something like that. So Virgo full moon on March 7 here, that falling into your sign is extra special. So you're Virgo, and it's going to be a Virgo full moon. So in ancient astrology, that full moon that activates feeling closer to higher dimensions, feeling that connection with the angels, your guides, your higher realms. So you might feel that a little bit more. It's a strong intuitive energy to lean into for you on that full moon. This is an intuitive wisdom that you might feel in your body even. Your body might give you indication of that. You might find it beneficial to just pay attention to what your body is telling you. It's like an antenna for energy, and it'll let you know. If we listen and acknowledge and really pay attention to that, it could activate and wake up in an awareness that you were completely missing this whole time. And then, I had no idea. So there's a pretty interesting opportunity there for you Virgos. Libra, let's go to Libra. Libra, the Pisces new moon on February 19th, that's where you'll likely be quite busy. So new projects are coming in. You might decide you want a new routine, a new schedule. You want to start up a new class. You want to do something different. The energy feels very positive. So you're likely to bring you closer to what you really want to do, your passions. You might find that you really want to spend your time in these areas more, and it's really becoming clear to you where you want to go. See, like I said, this is like helping all of us in different ways find out what it is we want to do moving forward. So the Pisces new moon energy is a great time for creating a schedule that feels right for you, doing things that fill you up, lift you, keep your vibration up, a sense of reward. The March 7, that's a full moon in the sign of Virgo, so that might feel deeper or heavier for you because you're feeling lighter right now, and that one takes us into that retrospect. It's not a negative for you, it's just more that it might feel weighty for you because you have a lot of brand new opportunities moving forward, and that might feel boggy. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You can move through this just fine. You might find that some things you were not aware of come to light. You might discover some new things about ways you could change to do things better about yourself. Something that was hidden becomes illuminated, so to speak, and it's for better empowerment and growing and knowing and being aware. So if something's been like just not in the light and you haven't noticed it, and all of a sudden you're noticing these things, that's probably a good clue as to what's going on here. So on March 8th, that Saturn in Pisces is likely to stir some things up for you in lifestyle and routine, so you might be finding that you're changing some things up. Remember, clear your boundary, clear your energy, set your boundaries. Don't forget about that. Make sure that you're not knocking out and busting through somebody else's either. Respect others, but remember to set your own. Powerful energy here that brings in a lot of healing and waking up and just seeing life from different perspectives. I see that through each sign in different areas of life, in different focuses, but there's a perspective shift here. I'm seeing a common denominator through all of them that I noticed. I asked Gabriel and Michael, archangels, that I was like, what would be a great way for working through this Pisces? Well, Gabriel is fantastic because of that communication and creative and seeing the different perspectives, seeing things differently. And Mike, and he just said, just enjoy the awakening process. Sometimes awakenings can be really rough and they can feel very uncomfortable. And we look at it as our life's just being flipped upside down and we don't know which way is up or which way is down. And they can be difficult. At the same time, they are great, great opportunities. He keeps reminding me to say, and reminding me as well in my own life, these are opportunities for empowerment and growth and strength. And you will find your way through it and you will be glad that you've learned what you've learned. And he keeps saying you will be so glad you stuck through that and got it. And so I went, okay, I need to remember that. So I'm sharing that, and that's what they wanted. Michael, on the other hand, was like, there is nothing to be fearing. Because of the major shift from 3D to 5D, 5D is not about fear. 3D is, boy, it sure wants to remind us to be scared of everything, but you know what? That's just a choice that you have to make on an individual journey. I'm putting out what I'm seeing. I'm finding things are working better when I spend more time putting my intentions on living 5D, and when I find that it's not, I make sure I get back there as soon as I can, and just a reminder for that. So Scorpio, let's go. We got a few more to go. Scorpio, the Pisces new moon on the February 19, that's a kickstart that brings waves of positive energy into your life. It's fresh, it's new. You're going to really like that. For Scorpios, you're going, yay, because it's always feeling so heavy, and they go deep, and they're the deeper wound healing type things. This is going to feel refreshing for you. There's some wonderful energy here for new beginnings and focusing on all the things that fill your life up in a positive way. We have to remind ourselves to focus on those things. We get plenty of reminders of all the things that we need to be concerned about, and we're not ignoring our responsibilities. Remember, 5D is working through all our responsibilities, taking care of all the things we take care of, but it not take our joy away. I would prefer to live that way. I don't know about you. Where 3D has us all scared and afraid, and we're making decisions out of fear. We're staying in jobs we're miserable at and stressed out and probably not all that healthy because we feel like we have to. And the thing is, we're not just being irresponsible and quitting, but if there's something like, for example, you're in a job you just don't want to be in, start taking some of your free time when you have it, and it might be little bits here and there, and just explore things you really want to do. If you don't know how to get into it, start learning about it. You know, you still have the other, and you can do the overlap. You don't have to just cut one off completely and then hope for the best. You know, be logical about it, but do something in the direction you want to go is the bottom line. We have to make that choice for ourselves. So, Scorpio, you have a lot going on here where there's a lot of good energy coming in. It's a point to relax, to play, to lighten up. You're going to find that joy can come to you. You may not have thought it could in the past or previous, but there's a lot of strong healing coming in for you to really see some things in a different way, a different light. Looking at the positive side of life. Remember, yin and yang shows there's both in the world. If all we see is the darker side, we're missing all of the other half of life, the light. So that's where this one's coming in. Your attention will come to people that you choose to surround yourself with. Does that need a look over? Does that bring you up or down? So we want to have supportive people in our lives. And sometimes we may have to understand and let go. Sometimes it's like if you have things that are going on and not everybody's on the same page, but there's not like they can just not be there. Might be family members or something. We can still find ways in 5D to still be in our energy and their energy not affect. It's a learning process, especially in past. I get it. I'm constantly practicing and learning too. So we're all in this together, learning this new thing here. So this Virgo full moon on the 7th, this will bring your attention to people that you choose to surround yourself with. So that's what I'm saying to you, Scorpio. It's important to have strong, supportive people in your life, but at the same time, we have to learn how to have a community and just interact and not be upset if somebody doesn't agree with us. If they don't believe the way we do, if they don't have the same perspective or opinion, that's the learning curve. There's not a black and white here. It's more, they both coexist. Okay, both sides of everything coexist, but it's not a right or wrong. It's just you're choosing for you what's right for you. And you're letting whoever else is in your life choose what's right for them and respecting that. I know, that's going to be a learning curve, I think, quite a bit for a lot of people, for just life, because we're so used to 3D saying, this is right, this is wrong. If you're not part of this, then you're not right, all that. Yeah, I'm not into that either. So this is about acceptance, about what's right for you, even if it's not following what everybody else is doing. It doesn't have to be what everybody else. It's being right for you. So Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius kicks off. This new moon on the 19th for you is activating things related to home and family environment. So you might be finding that that you need to be there for someone, or something in the home might need your attention. So home and family life might be kind of the focus here. It might be that you just want to lighten up the energy, clear it. You want to bring fresh energy in. It's a good energy to work with. It's about just spending some time. Maybe you've been busy, and it's just bringing your attention to home and family where, hey, we could improve things here. We can clear this up, or maybe you need me right now, something like that. If you find yourself in a caretaker role under this moon, make sure that you're taking care of you too. Don't forget the self-care part. That's going to be important. If you find that you're getting worn out. You've got to stop and rejuvenate your energy. You've got to protect your family and your home, but you also have to take care of you. So this doesn't mean that all these awful things are going to happen when I say that, but if you're in that role. So some people might be. Some people might find that a family member needs them right now, but don't forget about you. So it's reminding you about that. If you're retired, the energy might be a greater sense of purpose again for you. You might find that this is a rewarding time to feel the energy and do the things that you've always wanted to do, never had time to do. So see, this can go in lots of different directions for you. The Saturn in Pisces is guiding you to focus on balance. It's a balance thing. So you give and you receive energy in your life. So that's where that self-care and giving. So it's a balance. It's going to remind you of that. So it's making more sense to me why I was saying that. You might find your attention pulled in many different directions, but remember to ground. Remember where you are. Make sure you're staying present in you and taking care of you. Capricorn on February 19th. This one is for you. It's a headlining waves of fresh energy, encouraging you to speak your truth, being connected with what you really feel belongs in your life, what is important to you, speaking your truth and confronting. It's very empowering. But, you know, you're going to have to stand up for what's right for you. Mars returns at regular speed and strength on March 17th, so this is going to help your momentum to make sure that any words you do speak with action, you're following through. So it's like Mars energy is an action take. You know, we can say all kinds of things, but are we taking action kind of thing. Saturn moves into Pisces on March 8th, so that theme is about speaking your truth again, but connecting you with how you really, really feel. So this one is going to be peeling back layers a little bit for you to confront truth and just claim it and communicating it and just being clear about where you are and where you stand and where your boundaries are. And, you know, if you feel like you were just lost in the shuffle and you didn't have a voice on anything, you should be feeling a little bit more empowered with that. This full moon gives you a lot of inspiration and encourages you to learn and expand and see the different perspectives to make different choices that are better for you. You might find that there's a new point of spiritual growth here. You might want to take a class. You might find that you're opening up to a whole new way of seeing the world and how you want to approach your life. So this is a very interesting time for you. So enjoy and soak up that energy. Aquarius, the sun just moved out of your corner and is moving into Pisces. So hopefully you were able to soak it up, infuse it into all the corners of your life. Having the sun in your corner, you know, that illuminates things for your inner light. Now that you're moving into Pisces, you're going to feel ready and energized to take on what's ahead. You're going to be ready to take some action. Okay, you're going to be ready to go. The Pisces new moon on the 19th, that's fresh energy and will encourage you to put yourself out there in the world and let them see who you are. Wow. Yeah, so no more hiding, no more being shy and sitting in the back row kind of thing. You're going to be ready to say, here I am and this is what I'm about, and taking action in the weeks that follow. So it's going to be interesting to see how Aquarius moves through that. Corresponding full moon on March 7th, that's in the sign of Virgo, and that'll be guiding you to focus on your finances. So you want to do a lot of things, but you're going to also have to have a good structure and foundation in place. So that's making sense. This would be a good time to get things in order, create your budget that you want to work with, that will help you move forward with the things you want to do. Abundance is on your side. So you want to stay open to what the universe brings to you. You want to see what opportunities are falling your way. And you want to see these perspectives and pay attention. Learn, learn, learn. Discover, discover, discover. You know, you can take your time to make any kind of choice, but you want to have some information before you make choices like that. So just pay attention to that. Saturn moving into Pisces, that Saturn, it's huge that Saturn being in Aquarius and for the last 2.5 years is now it's on its way out. You're going to feel a lightness. You'll finally feel like, all right, When that happens, you should be feeling like, okay, finally, now the rewards come in, all the hard lessons. You should feel like now I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor kind of thing. You may wish to go back and read through Saturn in Aquarius and just understand what that means for you. What does it mean when Saturn's in Aquarius? You know, what was that? Because you're just coming out of that. So you should feel this strong healing energy coming through for you as well. So here we are. Happy birthday, Pisces. We are in the last one. Pisces, this is your time. You're the star here, and there's a lot going on in your corner, so let's check it out. The season kicks off here, the new moon on February 19. And the full moon brings fresh waves of energy straight to you. You're going to feel that full moon energy. And that is a feeling of renewal. You're ready to celebrate. You're ready to go into a new chapter of life. And if your birthday is falling close to the new moon on the 19th, the year ahead is lots of opportunity, new beginning. Be sure to go out there and grab them. Just really, this is a time to feel life and embrace all the new opportunities and growth that are coming in. When you reach the end of February, the sun is moving into that healing, higher vibrational healing energy. So don't forget to mark your calendar and take some time for that. As Pisces, you are in a good position to feel that energy that's coming in between the 22nd and the 24th. Be sure to soak it up. The energy peaks on the 23rd. That's a really good time for everybody, but you'll really feel it. So it lingers, but you know, don't miss out on that beautiful energy coming in. You may want to look at the full moon in Virgo on the 7th. That's activating in your relationships. You may want to go into partnership with somebody on something you want to do. This might find you're deepening a connection you already have with others. This is a good time to heal, refresh, rejuvenate relationships, create healthy new ones, things like that. Saturn moving in to your sign will stay here for the next 2.5 years. So life overhauling, okay, it can feel like everything's changing and taking responsibility for all the changes, but these are going to be such great changes that you've been wanting, that maybe you just were hesitant to do anything with. So it's an opportunity to step up, grow up, be responsible, to be wiser, grounded, being strong and empowered in who you are. So I like that for you, and there's lots of things to gain confidence from when you feel empowered to take care of your own life and feel strong in your decisions and not second guess them. So there's a lot here in different aspects for the energy for all of us, and it was interesting because sometimes when we're going through all the signs, it seems to be the same, but not this time. This one, it was going into different directions for people, whether it was career or finance, relationship. But what I did notice, common denominator, was February 22 to 24, there's some great energy, healing opportunity there that peaks on the 23rd. Take time to enjoy that, embrace it, and ask your angels to remind you to stop and just receive it. And I was like, oh, that's going to be nice. There's lots of surprises. There's going to be some unexpecteds. There's going to be some changes in life. But what I'm seeing overall is these are changes for the better, because everything's evolving into this whole new shift that we've been looking at and exploring. So with that, let me say hello to everyone that has joined the chat. Hello to everyone. Hi, Robin, Aunt Karen, Paula, Megan. Wow, you guys, it's great to see you guys. And let's see, we got birthdays coming up. Oh, yep. You guys are going to, oh, and Kelly, I see you too, Kelly. You're going to find that this energy, to me, I like the Pisces energy. It's not in any of my 3 signs that we were talking about, but I do work with it anyway. I like it. The Pisces, it's a creative energy. As an artist, as a creative, I love that energy, and it just makes me just, crave it sometimes. So you can work with any of the energies. Remember, we have free will. So whenever you want to work with something in particular, like maybe it didn't come up And it was like, oh, well, I didn't see that. You know what? You're the one that co-creates your life. You can go, well, I want some of that. Then go in and tap in. Your angels are there to help you. Our guardian angels are there to guide and support us all the time. Michael says, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. If you have any kind of fear coming up that's making you just stop, please ask me to help you with that. We ultimately decide to stop living in fear. But the beautiful opportunities that can come in and this is the most empowering thing that I have ever learned from opening and expanding your awareness to see perspectives, to see life from different beliefs, from different perspectives, different opinions, different everything, for different angles, is that you feel more confident in the positions that you take. You might change them after you see different perspectives, but you're empowered. You find that you're really seeing things for the way they are. You're trusting when your intuition kicks in. And it's better. It's more empowering. So if you were only seeing one way only, always, if that was all you were ever seeing, why not look to see if there's something stronger and better? You might find that, oh yeah, I still feel the way I do, but now I'm even more confident in it. Or you might change it. You might find like, yeah, that's not working for me so much anymore. I need to shift that up. So there isn't a right or wrong. It's about what's right for you in your journey, where you are, and what your goals are, what you want to do with your life. So I hope that each and every one of you have enjoyed exploring this. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Robin. Hey, Robin. Pisces information makes so much sense. I moved to Colorado, getting married, shifting my business, and it's what I want. See? There you go. And you have, who has the birthday? Aunt Karen. It's 3/12. Robin is 3/18. Okay. Oh, wow. Megan, Oklahoma. Now it's 39 cold. Canada. Hi, Canada. We have all kinds of people from everywhere. We got cold people. Yeah. I know. I'm in long sleeves to have compassion for you guys because it's 80 degrees where I am right now, and you don't want to know that, do you? I know. But we deal with other things, but we're warm all the time. So I just want you guys to know that I'm excited, even though it looks so scary out there in the world. Something keeps telling me, no, it's not. Don't believe this illusion that it's a hot mess. There's people that want to make it a hot mess, but I'm sticking with 5D, and the more of us that do, that's what will roll in, and that's what's going to be amazing. It's not about pretending that nothing ever happens. It's just going to be a way better way to deal with life and you know, embrace yourself in the opportunities that come your way instead of feeling like, oh, that won't work for me. You know, you've already shot it down before you tried. Things like that. It's just so much more to look forward to. So I'm more of a glass half full person. Definitely see the glass half empty all the time out there, but let's look at the glass half full. That's what Pisces wants us to see. I absolutely love it. So, you're welcome, Paula. Thank you so much. She's saying, thank you so much, Jen, for all that you've been doing for all of us for so many years. I know. This is season 13, right? This is just a part of my soul and heart that love you guys. I share what I see working, and you can take it or leave it. But even if you weren't following anything that I'm saying, or it's not working for you, that's okay. I hope it ignites you to be curious enough to find what does work, because I'm about a better world, and so I'm just giving you as much as I can because I'm passionate about it too. I live my life this way. So before, you're welcome for the offer. Let's see, she says, thank you for the affirmation. I have been feeling this way for some time now. Keep focusing on what we want, not what we don't want. Exactly. So we have opportunity. We can live in 3D or 5D, and honestly, who wants to stay in 3D all the time? But that's what it's like. Oh, and Robin's saying she's been listening for 5 years. Aunt Karen, positive blessing in her. Thank you, Guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you for that. And that's what I want to be, and you are for me too. I feel like we help each other, honestly. Honestly, sometimes I don't know who gets more out of it, you or me, because you guys give me a lot too. And every little thing you guys do means a lot. I take pride in saying that, because I really mean that. I mean, that is from my heart. I mean, it matters to me that I just feel like that's part of my calling, is I'm part of the shift to something different. It's never felt like I was part of the other world. I mean, we lived it. We all went through it, and sometimes we skin our knees a lot. But I just feel like I'm part of this shift. So I am pretty excited, because I feel like we're finally feeling it move into our lives a little bit more, even though the other's kicking up trying to hold on. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to support that energy. I want to focus on what I want. So with fear, or anything that you give energy to, is what feeds it. So when you look at something that might be bothering you and you keep focusing on it, or you keep giving it energy, you're actually feeding it. And I was like, I don't want to give something like that more energy. I want to give what I want to happen more energy. It helps remind me, and I'm sharing that with you, to get back on track with that. That's what I love about it. And everything that we do, every day, every thought, every intention, we want to take action, but we want to make sure that we're true. So guys, I have to go. I'm gonna let you guys go. We're getting close here. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. Let me tell you what I'm doing. This is kind of silly. It's silly, but it's exciting, right? And I'm just sharing a little piece of my life. Like, I've told you that I grow organic vegetables, right? Well, I have about 60 plants in organic, it's kind of a hydroponic, but it's organic. I do my lettuces and herbs that way. But we're doing a citrus that way. We just started. It's this little baby citrus. It's a Myers lemon, so we're going to see how that goes. So this one's kind of new, okay? This is kind of new to do that way because of where I am. We're trying to help cultivate, because there's been a lot of challenge out there trying to grow organically with all the pests and diseases and things. So we're trying this. So we've been babying this little citrus here. So we're trying to work with that, because I'm a believer in healthy eating, healthy living. I feel like living in 5D is, you have self-care intact, you have boundaries intact, you do what you give your body what it needs, as healthy as you can. I love being a participant in growing the food or making the food, so I do a lot of that. All the way to the bread baking and grinding flour and all of that stuff. But that's just the artsy side of me that likes that challenge too. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal to me that I'm living and thriving and sharing that with my family. So I know I have this little baby in there. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. It's something very new. I did a lot of homework on it, and there's not a whole lot of people. Everybody's still trying to learn from each other on doing that one. So it's interesting. It's interesting. So I just was sharing a little fun part of my life. See? And when I'm doing that, I'm asking angels, like, okay, angels, what do I need to do with this plant? All right, what do I need to do? Because you want to, it's like, okay, can I have an idea? And then you take action. So if you're trying to work out how to do that, like asking something in your life, like, angels, how do I do this? Just say, hey, I need some ideas. You just ask, say thank you, go about your day. And then when these ideas pop up and you try them and they work, you took action on how it works. It comes, a lot of times it'll come like an idea in your head. So if you're new to that, give it a try. You might be quite surprised how much you can discover by working with them in all of the activities that you do in your life. Like, is there a better way I could clean the house? Is there a better way I could, whatever it is you're doing? You might be surprised how it bring in an approach that will work perfectly for you. So thanks so much, guys. I love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. And I will see you next time here on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit